everything the minute you walked out of the exam hall? Yeah, me too. Learning phrasal verbs in isolation is kind of like that. You might remember the meaning for a hot second, but it won't stick. The trick is to learn phrasal verbs in context. Imagine you're reading a story about someone's crazy travel adventure and they say, "We set off on our journey at the crack of dawn." See how much easier it is to remember what set off means when you understand the situation. That's why it's super helpful to learn phrasal verbs from real-life conversations, TV shows, movies, or even songs. Trust me, it makes all the difference. Okay, let's talk about visual aids. Our brains just love visuals. Think about it, you probably remember a funny picture or a catchy meme way more easily than a plain old text, right? Well, the same goes for learning phrasal verbs. Try creating flashcards with the phrasal verb on one side and a picture or a sentence that illustrates its meaning on the other. You can even get creative and draw your own little illustrations. Or if you prefer using apps, there are tons of great ones out there that use visuals to help you memorize phrasal verbs. Let's face it, trying to learn every single phrasal verb in English would be completely overwhelming, so don't. Instead, break them down into smaller, more manageable chunks. One way to do this is by grouping phrasal verbs by theme. Since we're talking about travel today, think about all the different situations you might encounter on a trip booking flights, checking into your hotel, asking for directions, and so on. Then try to learn a few key phrasal verbs related to each theme. This way, you'll have a handy set of phrases ready to use in any travel situation. Now, are you ready for some action? Let's look at some of the most common and useful phrasal verbs you'll need for your next adventure. First up, check in. You'll need this one for flights and hotels. For example, we need to check in at the airport 2 hours before our flight. Next, set off. This simply means to begin a journey. We set off early in the morning to avoid traffic. And how about pick up? This can be used when someone is collecting you. Can you pick me up from the train station? So there you have it, your crash course in travel phrasal verbs. Remember, the key is to practice using them as much as you can. Don't be shy, get out there and start speaking. Trust me, once you start incorporating phrasal verbs into your everyday conversations, you'll notice a huge difference in your fluency and naturalness. You'll sound more confident, more expressive, and more like a native speaker. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome language learning tips and tricks, and I'll see you in the next video.